Hello and welcome. In this SATSOFT how-to video, we show how to set up polygons to lay out so-called 4-color spot beams in SATSOFT. In another video that we'll link to later, we use the polygons defined in this video to compute the 4-color beams using one of the built-in antenna models. But here we first focus on the polygon layout. As a concrete example, we consider a satellite at 120 degrees west, and we'll be looking at 4-color beams over contiguous US conus in Ka band around 19.7 GHz. The SATSOFT project that we start from is essentially empty, but we have moved the satellite and defined the 4 antennas that we use in the other video and one polygon, polygon green, that we'll use for setting up the polygons for the first color. So we start by opening polygon green, which is at this point simply an empty polygon object. We'll define the 4-color polygons using the so-called regular grid of polygons. To do this, we go to Tools, Grid Creation, and click on Regular Grid. This opens up a dialog that can be used for laying out a regular grid of sub-polygons in the polygon object. The dialog has default settings as shown here, and we'll be changing these. Specifically, we'll change it to lay out 1-degree spots with a 2-degree spacing and centered around conus. As specific changes, we change the elevation radio button to radius. We set the X origin to 2 degrees and the Y origin to 6 degrees. We also change the field of view to 4 degrees, since this is approximately the extent of conus from the chosen origin. Finally, at the bottom, we toggle force polygons to touch off and change polygon diameter X and Y to 1 degree and center spacing X and Y to 2 degrees. We leave the number of sides to 6 as we would like to set up hexagonal polygonal cells. We then click OK. We now see the regular grid of polygons, or to be more precise of sub-polygons, on the map. It's apparent that some of the created sub-polygons are far from conus, and we'll delete some of them. We click on the map to unselect all sub-polygons, and then click on the Select button in the top right. Then we draw a rubber band around the 3 sub-polygons at the top to select them, and press Delete on the keyboard to remove. We do the same thing for the 3 bottommost sub-polygons, select and delete. Depending on the particular application or mission, you may want to remove other of the sub-polygons, for example those over oceans, and this can be done by selecting and deleting them as we just showed. But for now we use the sub-polygons that are shown here. Finally, we'd like to change the color and filling of the sub-polygons. To this end, we select them all. Then we right-click on the map and click on Properties. We toggle line style on and click on the color box. In the just opened dialog, we click on the color box and select the dark green color to click OK and OK. Next, we toggle fill style on and click on the color box. We click on the foreground box and select the same dark green color. We also set alpha channel to 128 for partially transparent filling and click OK. We toggle fill on and click OK, and once more click OK. We thus have the green color grid of sub-polygons set up. These will later be used for laying out 1-degree spots for one of the colors. The last step of changing the color and filling the sub-polygons is purely visualization. It doesn't change the polygon's functionality. We drag and drop polygon green onto satellite 1 3 times to set up polygon red, polygon blue and polygon yellow. Then we'll go through the same procedure of setting up a regular grid of sub-polygons and coloring them for each color. Most of this is exactly the same as for the green color, but the X origin and Y origin is unique for each color, as we shall see. Then we open polygon red and select and delete the green sub-polygons. Then we go to Tools, Grid Creation and click on Regular Grid. The dialog opens, and as can be seen, settings from the polygon green are remembered. And we'll use all the same settings except for one change. That is, the X origin whose value we increase from 2 to 3, which means that the red sub-polygons will be shifted by 1 degree along the X-axis with respect to the green ones. We then click OK. This sets up a similar grid of sub-polygons as in polygon green. In this case, we also remove the 3 topmost and the 3 bottommost sub-polygons. And we change the color and filling to red. Finally, we go through the same procedure for polygon blue and polygon yellow. The only difference being that the X origins change to 2.5 and 1.5 degrees respectively, while Y origin is increased by square root 3 divided by 2, or 0.865. For both of these, compared the value used in polygon green and polygon red. The position of the red, blue and yellow beams with respect to the green ones can be obtained by drawing a triangular lattice of the 4 colors, which leads to the numbers that we use for X offset and Y offset here. An illustration of this can be found in the tutorial case in section 15.3 in the SATSOFT manual. We also note that the numbers here scale with the beam size, which in this example is 1 degree. With all 4 sets of polygons set up, we return to the composite view. Here we see the polygons for all 4 colors, which is what we wanted to set up in this video. And in another SATSOFT video that we link to, we continue the setup of antennas and computation of associated 4-color antenna beams. Thank you for watching this SATSOFT how-to video.